I officially have an office again. So when we moved to this house in February, we originally gave my kids their own rooms, and I was like, I'll just work wherever. I had a desk in our bedroom, and it just wasn't working out because we still have a toddler who sleeps with us, so I wasn't able to work early in the morning or during his naps, and it just was not convenient. So I moved out into the family room, but then I was accessible all the time, and they were always playing there, and it was just so hard to get work done. And as much as I wanted them to have their own rooms, I really need to prioritize like making an income, and I was just always distracted. And I think me not having an office is the reason that I just have not been as focused or making as much money as I should be right now. So I've had a talk with my kids. I actually shared this on Instagram, and people like got mad that I took this office for myself and moved my kids into a shared room, but we had a talk. They know that I need to work from home, and they actually like hanging out together, and we made a compromise where if they moved into the same room, since they would obviously have less room for themselves, we would make the family room a really fun playroom. So they got something out of it. Now I can work in peace with my door shut and just focus, and also just have all of my work stuff in here, because as you'll see in a minute, it really is taking over the family room. So I'm really excited to have my own office. Bonus points that it's super cute. I feel a little bad taking this from my daughter. It was like the cutest little room for her. Let me just show you what it looks like. It's pretty small, but it's fun. Okay, now I'm recording from where I was standing up against that back wall, and you can see my desk. I have my ring light, and I have my desk, and I have the drawer that is completely empty. It's really messy right now because I moved in here probably a week ago, but I haven't really had a chance to get it all set up. I wanted to wait until you could do it with me. I do have some stuff on the floor from a little haul that I did, and then an empty closet. I do have a really nice window, which I love, which needs to be cleaned, but it shows our like side yard, and I can even kind of see the chicken coop over there and check on the chickens when it's hot out. So I'm super loving having my own space. I don't even mind that it's small. It is literally so much room for me. I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start keeping inventory in here that needs to be listed. I need to pick a wall to take pictures on. I thought it would be fun to try and do either one of the stripey walls or even this sun wall. And see if I could just add some personality to my pictures. We'll see. There's a door to our bedroom as well as a door to the hallway that takes you to the living room. So there are two doors that I can shut. It has nice hardwood floors. And then I just had this rug that I got like for free or for really cheap in an Amazon group that I was in. And I just threw this down. It's very thin and it doesn't quite match anything. So I don't know that I'm going to keep it, but it works for now because otherwise it's really echoey in here. So my desk we bought at Staples, and it's a gaming desk. It has like fun lights underneath, which I use at night sometimes. I just wanted a nice white desk. And then this we picked up from a yard sale a couple months ago. I think it's just from IKEA. And then this lamp right here is from the bins, and my husband just got me a bulb for it, and it does work, so I'm super excited. Obviously my ring light I've had for a while, and that's pretty much all that's in here right now. So let's go start moving stuff in. All the stuff is getting caught in the doorway. We really didn't want to go in the door with all the stuff, so now it's full. All right, now we kind of have to figure out this situation with my daughter's gigantic course. So I need to just kind of sort bins into stuff that's going in the garage and then stuff that's kind of coming into my office. I don't want to bring all of it in my office. I need to be able to work, and I don't want to make it like a storage space. I want it to be like stuff that's moving through. I don't want to store anything in there. I just want it to be like a clean space where I can get work done and not be distracted by having so much clutter, which tends to stress me out. Like this is stressing me out. All right, now let's talk about today's sponsor, Posh Sidekick. If you're a Poshmark seller and you are still manually sharing your items several times a day, then you are going to love Posh Sidekick, because I know I don't have time, and usually I honestly don't remember if I have to manually share my items 2, 3, 4 times a day, and it literally just works in the background automatically sharing all of my items so that when people are looking for my items, it comes in at the top of the just shared filter. That is the default filter, and you want to be at the top of that so that people see your items and you're not like 100 items down. Another feature I love is that I can automatically send out offers. I personally have it set so that any item that is 5 days old or older automatically gets a 10% off offer within the first 5 minutes of the person liking the item. That way you can catch buyers when they're still thinking about the item before they've moved on to another and possibly have purchased another item. You can find it in either app store and use the code Hustle and Slow when you sign up to get that discount. So I'm just gonna kind of sort through this stuff and make some piles, I guess, and figure it out. This bin of stuff is stuff that's listed. It's just labeled bin 3. This is how I've been storing like hard goods and shoes. Is I've just been like piling them in a bin, marking what bin it's in, and not just not marking what's inside, because it's pretty obvious what's inside. When you open it, you can find the stuff really easily, and that just makes it so I'm not like bagging and tagging so much stuff. So this is going to go in the garage. Actually, there's actually enough room for some more stuff in here, so I'm going to put this in my office, and then once it's full, it will go in the garage. All right, this one actually has a little bit more space, so I'm going to put this in my office so that I can add more winter stuff in there as I find it. These are definitely going in the garage. And then this stuff all needs to be sorted. And then over here I have this giant IKEA bag of stuff that I'm taking to kids consignment. So I'm just going to start adding stuff, any kids stuff to that I'm not selling individually. Obviously that's pretty full, but we'll keep adding stuff. I guess we move the camera closer. Okay, so that's the last from that bin. The rest of that bin is kids clothes that I have like not bundled but like sorted by size, because I've been doing kids bundles, like cheap baby and kids bundles, which has been working really well for me. They're not huge sales, but I find it so often and I find it so cheap that I can't resist to just like get parents good deals. So most of my bundles are like $15, not a ton, but they're getting like a handful of items. I'm getting some sales, and these are just items that are like regular everyday stuff. The good stuff I tend to list separately, and some of it I take to consignment, but like the baby stuff doesn't really do well at consignment, so I'll do like a bundle of like 8 onesies or like 12 onesies and pants and just like a lot of stuff. So it's been working well. So let me try and get this into this bag that's really full. Okay, this probably isn't gonna close, but I'm going to just take it to my office anyway. Some of it will be listed, some of it I will clearance real quick on Whatnot, and some of it I will take to the buy sell trade stores that I sell to. So we have a handful of that stuff, and then I need to take all the stuff that I piled on these totes over here and find another place to put more winter stuff. I'm gonna have so much winter stuff for like August and September. That's when I start to kind of start listing the fall and winter stuff, because that's when it starts to kind of pick up. So I have lots of that, and I could list it now, but I just have so much other stuff that I don't want to. I can always grab those and list them if I'm low on inventory, which clearly you can see I'm not low on inventory. And then this is a bag of rejects from the buy sell trade store from last time, but sometimes I bring stuff a month later and they take it. So I'll have this in my office to go through. So far we have you can't see it, but we've got quite a pile going that needs to go into my office, which means it's actually going to be a lot more crowded than I think. Okay, we got some more baby bundles down here, so I'm just going to combine all the baby stuff and start another bin of like shoes and stuff that needs to be listed. Bins just stack better than these IKEA bags. And then we have this bin sitting over here that I actually have no idea what's in it. I think it's kids stuff. More kids stuff. I have so much kids stuff. Like I said, I really like selling kids stuff. What I have to do with kids stuff is kind of save it, and then once in a while I'll go through it and sort it by size and put bundles together, and that's the best way that I've found. All right, I think we're good as far as getting it all sorted, so now I need to move the stuff into my office that's going into my office. It was so nice and clean when we started this video, and now it's going to be full of stuff, but it's my job to get through all that stuff and get it all listed. If my office is messy, that means I'm not listing enough. Keep reminding me that. For this bin, I'm not sure what's in it. So when I get stuff in the bins, I will put aside anything new with tags or anything that needs to be dry cleaned, technically dry cleaned, or stuff that is just like already looks really good and I know that once I wash it, it'll get wrinkly and gross. I'm out of breath. So I think that's what this bin is. And then there's just like this bag of rejects that I showed you from the buy sell trade store. Just random stuff that I need to sort through. This is just the bag of the kids' consignment stuff. I really need to go, obviously. They're actually really good about taking most of the stuff I give them. I only get like $1-ish a piece, but I can usually bring like a bag this big and they'll only reject like 20% of it and I'll get like 60 bucks or something. So I need to take this. All right, these are the last 2 bins, I think, but I'd like to close them, some of these bins, so that I can get everything into the closet. So I just kind of need to rearrange, I think. I'll eventually hang stuff up here. I'll probably go through everything. Anything that needs to be listed, I'll hang up here. But as of right now, we just have piles, which is, are you a reseller if you don't have piles? Fun fact, we don't have air conditioning and it's supposed to be like 110 this weekend. So we have like 2 mobile units, which keep us from dying basically. If it's under 90, it can get the house comfortable, but over 90, I don't think it's going to cut it. Tomorrow's going to be our first 100-degree day, and I just don't want to be doing all of this while it's already too hot. So let's rearrange and get some lids on things. All right, so I found lids. The playroom, family room, whatever we want to call it, is already looking so much better just without all this crap in it. I just need to, I think I'm going to move that table in here, and since my desk is a little messy, I'm going to have that where the camera is sitting right now and use that as kind of like a measuring station until I get this room a little bit more cleaned up and maybe have some more room. But for now, let's figure out how to get some lids on stuff. Now we have this pile on the floor from the haul that I just did. So I'm going to have some sort of laundry situation. I think we do have an extra laundry basket somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. This is going to be my reselling laundry basket. So I'll just have this in the corner and use this as my laundry basket. Eventually this will go in the closet on the floor, but as you can see, we don't have room for that. So I'm just going to throw it in the corner and throw stuff in there. Apparently I bought a digital camera at the bins and forgot about it, and these, okay. And then I found some more winter stuff. These are just kids like snow pants, so I will add that to the bin out in the family room, and I think we're doing good. Let's go get the table. Could I have collapsed the table instead of struggling to carry it through the house? Probably, but did I? Absolutely not. I'm also bringing in this white board because the table's gross, honestly. I love this table because it can be this high, like counter height, but it's pretty gross because we've had it forever. So I have this white board. It's like a, I don't know what kind of board. We got it from Home Depot. And then usually on this table, I just keep a pen and a notebook for taking measurements and a measuring tape and my labels. And that is all I need for right there. So I think we're done. I think my family's gonna be really shocked at how much I got done. I'm sweating. And I don't think it's pretty busy, crowded in here. I'll show you in a second, but it's not that bad. And I think once I get everything processed and I get probably about half of this stuff out by either taking it to buy, sell, trade or selling it real quick in a clearance on Whatnot, I think I'll be left with like a manageable amount of stuff, hopefully. And then I can tackle all of that and get it listed and then tackle the stuff on the rack in the family room, like behind the bar, and get that stuff listed. So I have plenty of stuff to list. I have not been able to source much, but that's okay because I have plenty of stuff. I source for fun and just to get the gems right now, but I'm not sourcing like bread and butter stuff as much. But let me just show you what we have going here. Coming into the room, this is what we see. The rack is right here. It is taking a considerable amount of space. But I do, because I don't have stuff on the back side, I do have stuff hung on the sides, so just so I can push it back more. There is my kind of hard goods and shoe photo table slash measurement table. My desk desperately needs to be cleaned off because, like I said, we just moved everything in here and I did not put, the drawers are all empty. So I'll need to organize at some point. And then we have my closet of shame, which I will eventually take care of over the next couple of days at least. And then if we want to compare out here, it looks much better. I obviously need to clean a little bit. There was stuff like all over the place over here. But look at all the stuff that's not here. Those are bins, those are the winter bins that need to go into the garage. So that's just shipping supplies. I don't know what to do with that stool because we don't really need it anymore. Maybe we'll sell it. And then I obviously need to tackle the bar, but once all this stuff's gone, I can clean this room and get it ready for the kids. Like I said, our deal was kind of that they would give me an office space and then I would give them like a more of a play space in this family room. So we're gonna get a couch. They're not older kids, but like we're gonna get a couch. We might get like a desk and get a computer for them because they just use a laptop once in a while, but they mostly use an iPad at this point. They're only 6 and 9. And then I have a 2-year-old who uses like that kitchen and he still has some baby type toys. It needs to be more of like an activity, crafting, hangout room than like a baby playroom. So we're going to try and make it really fun for them. We also have a sensory swing that we need to hang. We just need to find a stud in the ceiling. I think they're going to be really happy with it. I hope they're really happy with it. I have told them that if they are sharing and they don't love it, that we can reevaluate in a couple of months, but my fingers are crossed that I can make this space good enough that they don't want to take my office back, because I don't know what I'm going to do if I have to not have an office again. Now we are done with it. I was a little bit scared that I wasn't going to have like any floor space available, but everything seems to be around the edges and I don't feel cramped at all in here. I think it's going to be really good. I'm so excited to have my office. I think that my income is just going to like spike after this because I just have not had a dedicated office working space in over a year now because my kids were sharing a room and I didn't have an office. And then prior to that, we were staying with family for 6 months so that we could like hang out with family before we moved back to Oregon. And then prior to that, we were RVing full time. And I just am one of those people where if I'm trying to build or grow my business and I don't have a dedicated office space, it's very hard for me. I can kind of get along with coffee shops and that kind of stuff for a while, but not for a long time. So as of right now, I am jumping into reselling a little bit more. Obviously, I have other income streams like YouTube, my digital products, blogging, lots of other stuff. Since I really only talk about reselling on here, I just wanted to share how I got my space ready for reselling, and reselling is really the thing that takes up the most space. If I wasn't reselling, I could probably get away with just working at like coffee shops and stuff, other than recording videos, but with reselling, you really do need some space. That's one of the biggest cons of reselling. Hopefully you found this video kind of fun. I am just so excited, and you will be seeing a lot more of this space in future videos. Thank you so much for watching.